welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Lines Forever. Today it is Legend of the Stars quarterfinal. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, yeah, it's quarterfinal. We don't have a round of 16. So quarterfinals, best of 3 between Nexus and Turin Bar, both of the Ball clan. As though anyone cares what clan you're in, unless you're in E. Then it's fabulously important. Both playing Sarah. Looks like maybe they Turin must have gone random. If they both got random and both got Sarah, that would be quite something because they're on last Oasis. And Seraphim is pretty nice here with that hover arty. Definitely, I would say it would be a common choice on this map to go for Seraphim when you have the choice. One P-Gen, then to the Hydro. Turin is going to hang around, build shit with his ACU. Only 3 P-Gens, and then he's going to build a land factory. Now, what was the BO for this? Yeah, I can see why he's asking, but okay, yeah. I think he just added that P-Gen. Definitely required. Bit of a stall here. It's not a huge deal to stall a bit of power at the start of the game. Oh yeah, you don't want to do that though. Yeah, that was too much. He walked a bit too late there. If he had walked and then continued building the factory, it would have been pretty much spot on, but he kind of fucked it. And now Nexus, he's got his second air factory up. Will he make a bomber? Making a scout, that probably means he won't. So, tank idle in the base. So, the map is, you can think of it, it's quite a similar layout to Eye of the Storm. The difference is the amount of reclaim. For one, there's a shit ton of reclaim all around, and a lot of reclaim in mid, a lot of these big rocks. And mid, you also, in Eye of the Storm, you have 4 mexes. Here you have 8. It's double the amount, so mid is extremely important generally, and you see what's happening right now. Generally, ACUs go to mid because of this. Ton of reclaim you have to steal, and 8 mexes, so one of the reasons this map is not liked by some people would be just the fact that mid is so heavily emphasized. Already clicked 1000 rocks. Yeah, that's another thing. Look at this. That's quite horrible to behold. Shamelessly clicking rocks like some kind of scrub. Air factory is up. So next went second air and didn't do anything with the second air. Don't really like that. He wants to make sure he doesn't get abused by bombers and stuff, I guess, but still, I mean, because there's so much mass and stuff on this map, it's kind of nice to get the land factory up, because the difference with going second land as opposed to second air is you can make more engineers. Basically, I mean, you could go second air and then just for safety, and then build some extra engineers out of it as well. That would have the similar effect. And also with second land, obviously you can also emphasize the tanks a bit more. Usually when I go second land, I emphasize the engineers a bit more and use it on maps to get more reclaim and build power to use the reclaim. NG's here, grabbing mexes, grabbing reclaim. You see the rocks are gone already. The large ones, and a factory going up. Hover arties to help. Hover arties is really nice to raid here. I mean, there's not a huge amount close to the water. There's just these 4 mexes, which are probably perpetually dying. A naval factory already, okay. And the naval factory is making engineers. So 2 interesting points there. One is that the naval factory is done so quickly, and then of course the fact that it's not making naval units is interesting by itself. Nexus not making any more factories here at base. So the fight for the sides, he should be scouting here. He hasn't actually. Oh well, if he zooms in, he can see that there's a factory there. But yes, how will he win the fight for mid? Because Turin already has a factory, so that's a huge advantage for him. You can see he has quite a lot less tanks, it seems. Yeah, Nexus nearly rocking double the tanks of Turin. Does Turin, has he made an eco or something? He made some mexes? No, just has idle factories in his base. It's probably the main problem. T2 land is quite nice on this map. I mean, at the start of the game, you just really have to focus on. Well, you want to get a transport certainly for expansion. That's helpful, and I think it's. I don't really like the decision of Nexus to be sending like sort of half his tanks both directions. It's only working because Turin somehow has so few tanks, but I think it shouldn't really be the way to do it. You want to focus on one side, make sure you get one of these corners, and then prevent damage to your expansion on the other, whichever way you decide to do it. And also you can see here he has an NG, but transport, he could have made a transport so long ago. There hasn't been any air fights. Ooh, we do have a transport. Only 3 engineers on it and a and a Celine. Interesting that he goes to this side when he has a bit more advanced position here and maybe a few more tanks as well. That's a large air force for Turin. Something else to note on the. Oh, what's going on here? Everything's paused. He obviously wanted some resources for something specific there. Not sure what. He's on pause and now he's gonna stall hardcore. But another thing that happens in this map, because both ACUs go to mid, is that makes the ACUs very vulnerable to snipes. It very often happens that an ACU dies in mid or dies in the water to T2 air. Very often happens in my experience. But Nexus is just crushing both sides right now, and he's dropped here, he's dropping to the bottom corner now, and the compensation is mid for Turin. So there's still quite a few rocks to grab here. That's pretty nice, gonna boost his eco for the next while. But this is 0 number of tanks here on this side is worrying, and it's basically even on this side. I don't really. It's hard to explain that to you. How he had so few tanks. Maybe it's all these RTs in mid. It's quite a lot. I mean, that's 16. They cost as much as tanks because they're the Sarah hover RT. You can see they're 54 mass, same as the THAM. Do they have the same energy cost? I wonder. Oh, they're cheaper on energy. Okay. Balance counselor, learning something new every day. Nexus, this is pretty nice move here. How can he use ACU? He can't really. I mean, he could continue harassing mid and try claim factories or something, or you know, pop in and out of the water. This is also good, just kills this expansion, gonna take it for himself. Still has plenty of tanks here on the bottom to hold, gets the PD up. Hydros are nice in the corners too. He has got Turin's ACU coming to his corner expansion, and there's not really anything to defend, so maybe he will backtrack with this force here. Not much point in pushing. There's nothing to raid here. There's just sort of fights to take and reclaim to leave behind for your opponent. We have a T2 mechs. No, we have two. It is a map where certainly you have room to do a bit of ecoing. A lot of reclaim to use. Ooh, that's a nice little mast up there outside his base. It does have 4 T1 naval units, far more than Turin has, which is 0. And we have T2 air, T2 gunships coming for next to the ICU. He will retreat to the water where he actually has subs and stuff, so here come the torp bombers though. And let's see, air looks slightly better for Turin. I thought he was heading for Nexus air, but I could be wrong. He has stopped now. Let's see. Oh, Nexus. Neither of them know where the other's air is, and they're so close. And it looks really bad for Nexus. He needs to find the inties, and he needs to maybe try kill the inties and then just rush to the air, the units that are wrecking him. His ACU doesn't seem to have any chance here. Okay, here's the air fight. Nexus has to win, but they're both basically ready for it. Nicer micro from, well, it's basically the same. And Turin has numbers, and Nexus is just dead. Wow, does he really have 91 mass income?
Commander under attack.
No. Never mind. He is dead. Well, that nice move I said, where he moved over here, was maybe not so nice. Perhaps he should have stayed in his corner, built some anti-air. When did he see this T2 air? I still know how to play this map. Yeah, that is actually exactly how you play this map. Snipe the ACU with T2 air. Damn. Nexus kind of wrecked Turin. I don't know how Turin ended up with so few tanks. To be completely honest, I mean, he didn't have less reclaim. He does slightly at the end, but at the time Turin had the same reclaim. He had built a bit more in mid, a couple of factories and stuff, but damn. I hate to lose like that. I'll check out the second game of this best of 3. You can see that's kind of typical game. Most games don't last a very long time. Torrent here. Oh, we have Cyber Mirror. Do you have a BO? Who has a BO for this map? Things not to like about this map: the cliffs on the edge, the random placement of Nexus, which disallow nice adjacency, as you can see here. Not very nice. So let's see. T2 are pretty damn strong on this map as well, thanks to all of the plateaus. And there's even a bit of reclaim on top of this one. No mechs though. We got labs. Yeah, Turin tried to whore a BO, but Zoc still crushed it. Yeah, you see, whoring BOs, it's not that good. It's really not. People maybe just whore BOs wrong. They don't have the specific goal of the BO in their head. Wow, look at all these hunters. I mean, a good BO does not mean have the best in-game score by 5 minutes. That's not really a good way to measure your build order. Nice micro. From Nexus, wins the lab fight. Excuse me. And this guy gets caught out. Someone made it through, but he's spotted by the air scout. Definitely something everyone should be keeping an eye on is how to use air scouts. They're extremely important. In the early game, they give you insane coverage across the entire map, allowing you to catch targets, catch raids coming in. Oh, he goes for the reclaim, but Nexus escapes with just 6 HP on that guy. Good reactions from both of them to make that happen. But yeah, air scouts extremely important. You're attacking into enemy territory, well, you're gonna need air scouts. Defending raids, air scouts. Because the radar, a T1 radar is 80 mass. And it costs 20 power upkeep constantly. T1 air scout, 420 blaze of power and 40 mass. Best unit in the game, other than the humble T1 engineer. Fun fact, air scouts used to actually cost something and not be almost completely free, but that was changed in some balance patch eons ago. You can find every changelog on the FAF wiki. On the main page of the FAF wiki, actually, they're linked. So, Turin bar. In the normal ACU spot, you go to here, get set up. It's kind of your main expansion, and also you have to be holding onto this and this. Very, oh, thought I was gonna say we're slow on the transports, but Nexus has already got one out. See, Mantis just being spread all across the map. I think people like good old Cybern on this map just for the T1 air option of gestures, and also just the nice Mantis speed that put a Mantis in every corner of the map playstyle. Here's one such Mantis on 5 kills. Beast. This is cleaned up. Transport also great help for expanding to places which have been raided like he should be. Well, he has an engineer coming up here, so I guess it's fine. Better focus on the plateaus then. Here, Nexus did actually, pretty sure he dropped that guy. See, there's a tiny portion of reclaim as well. Afforded to you. If you can make it to this expansion, you get 3 T1 tanks in reclaim. Which most people will not even bother clicking on. More spam coming up. Not a time to build a factory when you're stalling mass. But he's about to get a few more mexes, so it'll be nice and balanced soon. I think, yeah, just keep this transport. Oh, he actually has 2 transports. That's probably, yeah, that's an accident and fixed. Well, it's good that he fixed it. He only made 1 extra transport. These things are pretty expensive, so I think we're gonna see drops onto all these plateaus and stuff. You can drop in behind positions, behind it. Oh, he still has this guy alive. 7 kills. Kill number 8 for... Oh god. These mountains. What a hero of a mantis. 8 kills. He might get another. Again, more expansion with the NGs. And we're gonna have some mantis dropped on here to take out the Hydro. Both ACUs not really doing much. Nexus with a huge force here to just anticipating the push, and unfortunately he might be stopped by this PD and have to retreat. Also an NG dropped here with this transport. Nice move, so he's going to kill this plateau and reclaim it, and actually we have a counter drop of 2 mantis. Damn, this... That is one thing about this map. You won't really see another map with that kind of playstyle. I mean, look at this dropping. Like, now, unfortunately, he's dropping all of his tanks away from defending this expansion. So, better hope he gets this PD up and Nexus doesn't push in already. The air scout overhead might be the signal though for push. Go, go, go! You have the intel. He's of course worried about stuff over here. Mantis and an engineer dropped onto this plateau. He kind of needs this Hydra, so it's going to be painful if he loses it. See the air, only 12 interceptors, not bad, not great. 14 for Turin, and you can see the emphasis on the air spam. No ecoing. Oh, just as I say that, Turin begins a mech. He has 400 mass to the bank, so he can afford to be in the negative for a little bit. Nexus is already halfway done on his, so you can see they have similar timing in their head. Transport gets taken down, and as you can see, units which die in transports now actually leave the reclaim when they die in the transport. It used to be that if you had, say, a brick in a transport and the transport gets shut down, you get no reclaim from it, no reclaim from the brick, but now you do, which is quite nice, quite a nice feature. Unfortunately, I can't remember who made that feature. Nice bomber. I think, yeah, Torn captured this stuff instead of reclaiming it. Might have been better off reclaiming. The P-gens are not very safe there and they give nice mass. Capturing is not the cheapest. It costs a fair bit of power. Jester is just alone here on the left, gets sniped as the inties were distracted. Another Jester here gonna get killed. Oh my god, look. Oh, holy shit. The Jester is like down almost at the level of the Mantis, and the inties are about 3 times higher in the sky. That's ridiculous. And Turin wins the air fight just insanely comfortably. That's quite ridiculous. Nexus kind of needs more. Yeah, he's going to be sending his production towards his ACU now. You want to have, if you find yourself getting killed, and it's probably because your ACU is like Turin bars, where he has none of his units near his ACU. It's kind of dangerous, kind of exposes you a lot here, like Turin. He can do this though because he has this radar, which is just giving him sick intel. He's now dropping this plateau. You can see he's already dropped Mantis here to kill those Mexes. He's almost completely taken all the plateaus, which is a huge advantage. He is, however, for his sins, losing the land battle. So we'll have to see if he can actually hold on in the land to actually make the plateaus count, but it shouldn't take too long for them to pay for themselves. Nexus is running somewhere. I feel like he could stand and fight this army though, but not anymore now that he abandoned his units to their fate. I think he could have used the AC more. Unfortunately, the Jesters are coming, and I think he is fucked now. Whether or not the land battle goes well, he has actually managed to get a good air force up already. He's gonna win air. But can he hold on? Oh, he's getting pathfinding fucked by these Mantis. The Medusa shots are landing. I think he's dead. I think he's going down. He has no overcharge to get rid of these units next to his ACU. He's on 500 HP. And the bombers come in and they're not even needed. Damn, that is a hard feels bad, man. Damn, Nexus. Well, I think he was kind of already lost in this game. Still, it doesn't feel nice to lose like that. Almost got away. Almost. And maybe he could have done something with a T2 air. I mean, he had just one air control. He had a bit of eco. You can see these T2 Mexes. I hope this one wasn't upgrading. But anyway, he lost. Got sniped. Turin did well. Especially grabbing all the plateaus. You see all this transport micro where he's dropping Mantis and one engineer, and eventually, I mean, if you put enough work into doing that kind of micro in the game, then you're gonna get all these plateaus. And that's what happened. And I don't think, I mean, if it had failed, maybe there's a way back for Nexus, but I think it was probably already done. You see less eco for Turin, just focusing hard on the T1 air options of Cybran and the T1 land. So nice game, 2-0 for Turin. He went to the semi-final on the back of this win. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more casts in the near future.